I shaved 4 shots off my score in just 7 days by only focusing on the mental side of my game and not hitting a single ball on the range. Today, I'll show you how exactly I did that. And later in this video, I'm going to test if this actually holds up in a high pressure situation in front of hundreds of spectators at a knockout tournament in Finland called the Red Bull Shootout. I've spent hundreds of hours on the range working on my swing, but every time it actually matters, this happens. Today, I'm going to find out if it's possible to get better at golf without working on my swing at all. I'm currently competing with my 2 brothers to see who can get closest to scratch by the end of the year, and focusing on the mental side of the game seems like a great place to start. Today, we'll be focusing on 3 methods to help me get better. They'll get more and more extreme throughout the video. I just shot a 94. And I'm going to be playing this exact same course again in 7 days to see if I can beat that. On top of that, I'm also going to enter the highest pressure golf situation that I have ever been in, the Red Bull Shootout. So let's see how much better I can get without practicing. Method 1, the cheapest and simplest thing I could find, a book called The Inner Game of Golf. I read the whole thing, so you don't have to. The one idea from this book that actually stuck with me is that your brain judges every single shot. And on a bad shot, that judgment leads to frustration, and then on the next shot, frustration leads to more bad shots. So the fix is actually pretty simple. Every single shot, just notice what happened, don't react, and move on, no matter how bad it is. All right, now let's see what that actually looks like in practice. I am going to play a hole now. And no matter what happens, I'm going to try to have 0 reactions to it. I like it's in the trees. Did that work? Kind of. I feel a little bit calmer, but it doesn't change probably the main issue that I have right now, and it's my decision making on the course. I think that's where I lose most shots. So we are now going to go try and fix that. Here we are, on to method number 2. We are on the golf course now with PGA coach Andy, 26 years of experience. He's going to give us an on-course lesson and teach us a few tips about course management. Andy,
looking forward to this.
Got a lot of stuff to work on with me. Let's get going. Okay, let's try to play a little fade. You think course management is going to fix that?
Yeah, we've got a bit of work today. It's fine, don't worry.
Lay up.
Well, probably, because you have got 225 yards to the middle of the green, with your first drive going about 25 yards. I'm not sure that you have got it in you right just at this moment, Benji.
We just warmed up. Andy, could you give me a quick rundown on, you think, the 3 most important things that people should be focusing on when it comes to course management?
The biggest thing I see is everyone's got a shot shape. And when they go onto the golf course, it's not the time to start fixing the shot shape. So some people are going to slice it, some people are going to hook it. If they're playing with a bit of a slice, they should nearly sort of allow for that sort of slice to then keep the ball in play with their shot shape, which then sort of leads into the alignment side of things.
Yeah.
Obviously, when we go around, we're going to see that there are trouble front and especially left and right of each target.
Yeah.
And people are still trying to aim straight to hit it straight. And then they're bringing their shot shape into where the hazards are.
Okay.
So I tend to sort of, and we'll talk about it on another hole, but like picking your poison, like if you had to miss the fairway, which side are you going to miss it?
Okay.
The last thing I would say is people overestimate how far they hit it. And I don't mean that in a negative way, but I mean that we all slightly misstrike the golf ball.
Yeah.
So for example, we've got a par 3 here and all the hazards are in the front.
Yeah.
So you've got to nearly hit a great shot to get it to the middle of the green. Now, if you don't quite strike that, is that going to still make it, or are you going to lose the yardage where it's going to leave you short?
Yeah, okay. That all makes sense.
That's the 3 things that I would say.
Let's go test those out on the next hole. Okay, we are on the 3rd hole here. And what we're going to do now is that I'm going to play 2 bowls. 1, the way I would play it normally if I was by myself. And then 2, with the help of Andy, and we're going to try and make some smart decisions to see how that changes a potential score on 1 hole. Firstly, this is how I would play the hole naturally. The green is actually reachable from here, so naturally I'm going to have to go with my driver to see if I can get there. There we go. And since I do have a right miss, some would call it a slice, I did manage to bring the water into play here. Splash. Okay. That was just as I intended.
That was impressive.
So I had to take a drop and thought that since I already had to do that, I now have to go for the green. I pulled it slightly left, somehow still managed to stay out of the bunker though. The chip onto the green was actually pretty good. Damn, that's really good. I then tried to force it home, but pushed it slightly past the hole and ended up with a double. And that's a double. So we went back to the tee to try Andy's way.
So the way that I talk to people is, if you had to miss a fairway, you're not allowed to be on this fairway.
Yeah.
Which side would you then play your next shot from? In the water or on the left-hand side?
The left-hand side.
Exactly, because you don't want any penalty shots.
Yeah. We played this hole using Andy's 3 tips. So firstly, I played my shot shape and lined up to the left to hit a little fade. Okay. Luckily, this one stayed in play. Had I not aligned myself more to the left, this probably would have been wet too.
You are alive.
Nice.
We're in play.
Here I clubbed up to ensure that I had enough distance to cover the water and managed to get to the green. I was actually exactly pin high. Nice.
That is beautiful. Sort of 10, 11 feet away.
Yeah.
So your chances of holding it are already less than 50%. We're playing smart. We don't want to be too aggressive. The whole like never up, never in myth is not true, because then we start to move the dispersion past the hole, and if we get sort of 3-4 foot past, now we're potentially missing this one. Look, I've got to hand it to Andy. This made a big difference. I was starting to feel a little less nervous about the big tournament in Finland, which we're only 4 days away from now. All right, we just finished a round, and I'm not gonna lie, that helped a lot already. Unfortunately, it doesn't change the fact that when it really matters, my game still fully falls apart. So in order to fix that and kind of try build that mental strength a little bit, we are gonna take things to the next level now. This is Tia Pryor. She's worked with elite athletes from all different types of sporting backgrounds, including a few well-known golfers.
Hiya Benji, how are you doing today?
Pretty good, how are you? Then we got right into it. Tia shared 3 strategies for me to follow while I'm out on the golf course, starting with a pre-action routine.
I think a great strategy to have for when you're about to take your shots, so maybe the first tee off or even any other shots, is a pre-performance routine. So these are things that when you're standing over the ball, you can control within what you want to do.
For me, these include things like looking at the spot I want to aim at, doing a few practice swings, and taking a few deep breaths before I take my shot. Next strategy, only focus on what I can control.
So people's opinions, other people's shots, even if there was like somebody counting the scores, things like that, you can't do anything about those people, but what you can do is focus on what you want to do.
And the third and probably most important strategy, how to rebound from bad shots.
You're gonna have some bad holes or bad shots. Maybe you missed an easy putt. Is letting that frustration out. 5 to 10 seconds though, which is important. So this could be physical sigh, for example. It could be a shake of the head, it could be a clap of the hands.
In my mind before, I was like, if I hit a bad shot, I should probably just pretend it didn't happen. But I guess acknowledging it like helps you realize that it happened and then move on to the next thing.
Absolutely, because it's that thing of, you know, the more we push stuff away, the more it's going to rise, and we don't want it to come up when you're having maybe a great hole, for example.
All right, it has now been a week of trying to work on the mental side of my game. We're back at the course that I played at exactly 7 days ago. I'm gonna try to beat the score of 95. Let's see if this works. I have very high hopes. Okay, we're gonna play it super safe here. 7-iron off the tee. We're just not trying to lose balls. I tried to follow everything I had learned the past 7 days as best I could, and also did my best not to let the bad shots get to me. Overall, I felt a lot calmer than usual, and there were way less crazy swings between good and bad holes.
Hey, great putt.
All right, guys, we just finished the round, and I shot a 90 on the dot, which is 5 shots better than what I shot exactly 7 days ago. So I'm very happy about that. I felt a lot more confident already. But here's the thing. I don't know if this is actually going to hold up in a high pressure golf competition scenario. So that's exactly what we're going to test. I'm going to be flying to Helsinki, Finland with my brothers tomorrow morning, and I'm going to be competing in the Red Bull Shootout, a high stakes golf competition. Not going to lie, I'm pretty nervous already. We'll see how it goes. See you there tomorrow. This is the Red Bull Shootout, one of the most brutal formats in golf. Straight knockout, head-to-head, one hole at a time. From your very first shot, there is zero room for error. 120 golfers, 12 per flight, worst 3 cut after every hole with no second chances. We landed in Finland and headed straight to the tournament with our friends from Takomo, which is a Finnish company, by the way. A lot of people don't know that.
What do you think? How's Benji gonna do?
He's going to the finals.
Let's go.
For sure.
That is so
Long as per 3.
so pure.
Can't talk to you right now.
Can't talk to me. Why not?
We arrived at the course and things started to get real. To say I was getting nervous was an understatement. We got in early enough to play a few practice holes before the tournament started, but sadly, this didn't exactly build my confidence. All right, so they let us play a couple holes as practice, and I teed off from the hole that I'm going to be doing this competition at later, and I just shanked it off the first tee in the practice round. This is probably the worst potential thing that could have happened in terms of confidence. This is not good. Before the first tee shot, Tim went and asked the Takomo team to see how they think I would do.
How many rounds is Benji gonna go?
What?
How far is Benji gonna go?
He's gonna be eliminated on the first round.
Eliminated the first round. Okay. Thank you.
So my guess is everything he's done is going to go out the window really quickly, and then he's going to go, oh no, what do I do now?
We're all really nervous for him because we want him to do well in this situation. Nick, how far does he go?
I like to think he's going to make the first, get past the first hole, but you can tell he's nervous.
Yeah.
He's quite stressed, you can tell. Also, the whole no practice strategy is pretty bold for a competition like this.
You know what I think? I think he's going to live up to the moment. I think he's going to breathe deeply before he hits the shot.
Let's
Won't
hope
let
so.
anger get to him, and he's going to make it to the semifinal.
Things were getting real now. We were only 5 minutes out from the first tee shot. This could all be over within a few minutes. All I could think about the whole time was, did I really fly all the way to Finland just to shank my first tee shot? Also, what the hell is Team Takomo going to think of me if this actually happens? I made good contact. Thank God we were off to a good start. Thank you. This was the first big putt of the day. If I make this, I'd count today as a win already. I just really did not want to get knocked out in the first round.
That's huge. That's huge for the program. Anna, Benji made it through the first round.
Good for him. Good for him. I never doubted him.
There's a massive weight off my shoulders right now. I was extremely scared to shank that first tee shot and just be out on the first hole. We've managed to make a par, which means we are on to the next round. 3 people just got dropped. In my books, this is already a win. Only upwards from here. On this second hole, I really tried to focus on the lesson I got from Andy. It's a long par 3 with a lot of trouble on the right, so the plan was to aim left, play my shot shape, and just get as close to the green as possible.
Nice, great shot.
That was right. That was right.
Exactly what I wanted to do.
We stuck to the game plan and left it short left. It actually went where it was supposed to go.
Next up, Nicholas.
Everything I learned from that course management lesson really paid off here. We laid up on a par 3.
Just side note as well, I'm still in it.
I'm not going to talk about that much, Nick.
Second hole,
But,
Benji still needs to beat me. I've been training.
You have been training, but there's other people I'm more worried about than you, put it that way.
Wow. Okay.
And against all odds, I somehow managed to make 2 pars in a row and once again advanced to the next round. Who would have thought if you take your time, pick the right shots, take a couple deep breaths before you shoot, that makes a massive difference. So far, I mean, the true test is going to come once I hit a bad shot, but we will see if and how that happens. It's almost like I spoke that into existence, because this is what happened next.
Hey, that's a good miss. That's the good place to miss.
That's the first bad shot of the day. But we're just gonna pretend that didn't happen. Let it sit for a couple of seconds, acknowledge the bad shot, and then delete it from your memory.
Breathe, really important. This is going to calm your whole body down. That's done and we're on to the next step. Each hole is a different game as well.
I landed on the car path, so I got a free drop. Sadly, it was still a pretty tricky spot to hit from. All right, we're on the car path. We got a free drop here. Not ideal, but the plan is to chip it into the hill, hopefully take off some speed, and then have it dribble onto the green.
All right, I think you're up.
That's a great outcome. If we make that putt, that would be insane. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's just try to get this close.
Looks like you have to have a par to save this.
Yeah.
So
All right.
it has to go in.
This has to go in if I want to stay alive.
It's a bull right, Benji. It's just tapping down the hill. Inside of Nick's marker.
But I have to go for it.
Yeah, of course. But don't like hit it at a good pace.
One small mistake and it was all over for me. But hey, that's golf. I was sad for a bit, but quickly realized how much this 1 week of focusing on the mental side had actually helped my game. Turns out that I did not win this tournament, but I'm extremely happy with my performance. I made 2 pars and a bogey and felt a lot more comfortable on the course. I took smart shots. I stood over the ball longer than I normally would. I took my time over the ball. I read putts properly. I think everything that I learned in this video I will continue to use in future videos, and my game is definitely trending up. If you like this, make sure to subscribe. We're going to be posting a lot more of these videos. It's starting to rain now. We'll see you next week.